Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aquarius May 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing off is as far as May goes, the Sun will be in Taurus from the 1st until the 21st. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's home, family life, people that you feel close to home with, emotional security, roots, ancestry, traditions, who you are at the core, that latter or end part of life, and also the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. Now, given this is Taurus energy, this could be done very methodical, plotting, deliberate manner, a lot of ponderous energy, a lot of planning. Taurus, of course, being an earth sign, it's very premeditative energy. And also, at the same time, it can be somewhat inflexible, stubborn, and obstinate. This might be shining the light on a family member or someone you're close to home with that has that case of those stubborns or is very obstinate. But at the same time, Taurus energy is about a lot of persistence, perseverance, and patience. So there is some good qualities in this. So anyway, well, the next thing up, as far as May goes, the Sun will be in Gemini from the 21st until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on love, romance, fun, amusement, enjoyment, children, creative endeavors, gambling, speculation, investments, superficial flings perhaps, and also a personal popularity. Now, given that this is Gemini energy, I mean, unlike the Taurus energy, of course, Gemini could be more vacillating, more changeable, and lack the persistence. But a lot of this energy may be going about with a lot of diversity, a lot of versatility. But the danger with Gemini energy, of course, is the scattering of the energy, but could be done, I mean, also with a lot of a very animated and spirited manner. And also, again, I mean, you're looking at Gemini energy, and this is the Sun. This could be really a focus on perhaps very diversified fun, amusement, and enjoyment at this time, where it might shine the light on a Gemini child or a romantic or love interest at this time. It could be a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini traits. Anyway, well, the next thing up is there was a new moon in Taurus on May 4th, so the 4th house is what was emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, one may have welcomed a new Taurus family member. Could have been a Taurus, I mean, it would be a Taurus Sun and Moon at the least, since it did fall on at the time when the Sun and Moon both in Taurus, of course. It could also be a new Taurus person that one may simply have been close to home with, and that could either be a Taurus Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Taurus characteristics. Could also be about the start of a new stability in one's emotional security, and also in one's home life perhaps, and also the start perhaps of showing persistence and tenacity into digging into one's roots, ancestry, or maybe the start of a new Taurus type tradition, such as something connected with building, with architecture, with art, which can cover a wide divergence of things such as drawing, sculpting, painting. Could also be a time where maybe one begins to start something with a lot of patience, persistence, and perseverance that's home related. It could be home renovation or remodeling, and also maybe the beginning of spending conservatively and steadily for that latter or end part of life. So anyway, well, the next thing up, there will be a full moon in Scorpio on May 18th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. This could be about the completion or culmination of a Scorpio type career. It could be something with locksmithing, embalming, psychology, psychiatry, something with the occult or supernatural, astrology, surgery, anything that could, some kind of investigation, forensics, anything Scorpio related. Could also be a time where one may simply become tired, full, exasperated, perhaps at overly surreptitious, sneaky, even nefarious or vindictive, manipulative, controlling, dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be supervisor, someone in a position of authority, someone prominent in one's career. Could also be about an unveiling or revelation of something very maybe dark and it was mysterious. Maybe and even sometimes it could be corrupt. It could be something maybe where could be somebody that had been maybe working secretively trying to damage your reputation, your public images. Could also be the dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be someone prominent in your career as well, or some kind of person in a position of authority. So anyway, it could be just simply where you finally get to the bottom of a mystery regarding something connected with your, perhaps maybe even some kind of matter connected with your career at this time as well, your public image, your reputation. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Mercury will be in Aries as far as May goes from the 1st until the 6th. So the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, it might be a time where you're more outspoken and direct regarding communications with siblings, with cousins, with neighbors. As I've stated previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about perhaps Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that embody Aries characteristics that might figure more prominently in your short journeys. It could be just in your communications in general, matters with local transportation, maybe even matters with your early education. And also this could be about very spontaneous, original, and innovative thinking that you really, that are able to really, where you're talking about maybe perhaps sharing these ideas with cousins, with siblings, with neighbors, with people prominent in your short journeys. And you might be talking about manifold Aries things, given we're talking about the house of Gemini, which is variety. But it could be about a lot of Aries things, since it's about Mercury and Aries. It could be matters with arson, firefighting, combative sports, military war, things that are connected with combat. It could be about sharp tools, anything that could be Aries related. So anyway, next thing up is, as far as May goes, Mercury will be in Taurus from the 6th until the 21st. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could be about a lot of learning through things being demonstrated visually out of the home, or maybe with someone you just feel close to home with. It could also be about a lot of persistent, tenacious communications, perhaps with less dominant parent, which is often the mother, people that are prominent in your home and family life, people you're close to home with. Could also be again, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant siblings, or ones that embody Taurus traits that might figure prominently, maybe in assisting you for that latter part of life, or your emotional security. Perhaps it could be matters with the home in general, such as if you're doing any remodeling or renovation with it. And you might be speaking more vocally about Taurus qualities at the core, such as maybe you're realizing, becoming cognizant of being very loyal, steadfast, persistent. Somebody could be very stable, have certain stolidness, persistence, patience, and perseverance, and those things you might be becoming more aware of at the core, and maybe talking about them as well. Next thing up, well, Mercury will be in Gemini as far as May goes from the 21st until the 31st. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might be talking about a manifold and variety of creative ideas and hobbies. This could be a time where Gemini siblings, they could be Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Gemini traits, might figure more prominently in your love life with matters with children, your creative interests, your fun, amusement, your enjoyment. This could be at this time also too about speaking eloquently. At this time, as far and maybe being able to write eloquently, something that could be very creative. Speaking eloquently with fifth house people at this time with a lot of good diction, and also to your mind might be more restless at this time and might be thinking about doing maybe a variety of different creative things at this time, and activities that are very amusing but at the same time require a lot of mental agility. It could be doing things like doing things out of a puzzle book, like playing Sudoku or something, or anything that requires that mental something that requires a mental aptitude, and that's enjoying. I mean, it could be Sudoku against something like playing Tetris or Mastermind. So anyway, hold on a moment, people. Anyway, could also at this time too, last but not least, Venus will be in Aries as far as May goes, from the 1st until the 15th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Aquarius, if you're unattached, you might connect with an Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Aries traits, that might figure more prominently in your communications, in your perhaps in your short journeys as well, maybe getting in touch with your early education, things you may have learned then. Also too, this could be about valuing courage, fortitude, aggressiveness, and assertiveness in your communications, in matters with siblings, with cousins, neighbors. It could be about fighting for them, being willing to really get into a battle on their behalf. And also this could be about the enjoyment of direct and outspokenness in your communications at this time. But be careful, because money might be spent very impulsively, very impetuously on local transportation and perhaps short journeys. And also this could be about taking assertive action and wanting peace with neighbors at this time, and things that are third house related, so basically matters in your neighborhood. So and maybe even with siblings and neighbor and cousins as well, perhaps. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aquarius May 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Aquarius May 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.